Hello, my name is Rob and welcome to Metal Monthly. This is a video series where I talk about metal music. Let's just get into it, because what else do I need to say? We're going to start off with albums. What albums came out in September 2024? First off, Flotsam and Jetsam with I Am the Weapon. So this is an album from the Eels from Little Mermaid. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. No, it's a thrash band. Yeah, that makes more sense. So this is a thrash band. They've been around since 1981. They were originally known as Paradox, Dreadlocks, and Dogs, all of which are terrible names. Now they are known as Flotsam and Jetsam, although let's face it, I don't think that's a great name either. Anyway, I love that their Wikipedia page has got a timeline, not just for the members of the band, but also for the names that the band has had. I think that's very fun. Anyway, what's the music like? We need to talk about music. Thrash music. Yeah, it's basically thrash music. It's fast, heavy drumming, vocals that are very James Hetfield, basically. You know what James Hetfield sounded like in the 90s? That's what this band sounds like, basically. It's like that clean but a bit gruff music. What have I put here? Clean but powerful. Yeah, he even does a lot of yes, like James Hetfield does. So the band even has a connection to Metallica. Their bassist and original singer Jason Newsted went to play for Metallica after their bassist Cliff Burton passed away. So the band has always had a bit of a weird connection. So I Am the Weapon is decent thrash music. I quite enjoyed it. The lyrics deal with pretty typical thrash stuff: anger, violence, injustice, that kind of thing. I quite enjoyed it. It's nothing world-breaking. There is probably a reason this band has been around since 1981 and they've never really been a breakout hit, but they've had a 40-plus year career. It's because they make decent thrash music. It's nothing incredible, but it's okay. Next up, we have Nightwish with Yesterwind, I think. So this is a Finnish symphonic metal band. They've been around since 1996. This is their 10th album. Cool. I'm not a big fan of Nightwish. This was difficult to write for. They are a very popular band with goths and emos, that kind of thing. The music is a bit dull for me. I've never really enjoyed the kind of symphonic style they do. I prefer my faster and more lively music, like thrash metal. I put this on. The first song is like a really slow, like fairy tale song. It's very soft. It genuinely put me to sleep. And then it burst into the actual heavy metal part. It was super fast driving music. And I was like, oh, okay, it sounds like this, does it? It was quite a shock. The vocals are not singled out. They work very well with the music. Sometimes they just try and emphasize the singer. The singer is part of the sound, and it was pretty good, actually. It's not my kind of music still, but I didn't mind the album. I quite enjoyed listening to it. It's like if you were out with your friends and your friends said, oh, do you want a drink? And then you said, yeah, sure, I'll have a pint. And they went, oh, I've got you a vodka and Coke. And you're like, that's not what I wanted, but I'll still drink it. So, no, it's fine. What's the best summary I could think of? I wonder if you're wondering what the album name means. Yesterwind is a made-up word by Troy Denockley, who is a band member. He did some vocals and played a ton of instruments on the album. So what does Yesterwind mean? Something philosophical and a little bit pretentious, basically. And finally, we have the Black Dahlia Murder with Servitude. So the Black Dahlia Murder, this is one of the most famous unsolved crimes, as Elizabeth Short was found brutally murdered in California and was left out in the open to be found, and it became like this big news story. The band, the Black Dahlia Murder, is a melodic death metal band. Frankly, I'm more interested in the unsolved murder than I am in the band. I've never really been a fan, but there is an interesting thing about this album. Servitude is the first album with a new lead singer called Brian Hirschbach, I think, just after their previous singer, Trevor Sternad, passed away. I'm sure I've messed up both of those names. I'm very sorry. So this is the first album with a new singer. That's quite a big deal. The reviews I read for it basically said it was hard to like not hear the original guy, but then after a while they just went, no, actually, the new singer sounds really good. I accepted him by the end of the album. Obviously, I've never really listened to the band before. I never really had that feeling about the original singer, so the new singer was fine to me. He kind of fit. So, what does it sound like? The vocals are rough, very rough, still just about comprehensible. You know, that's the style of the music. You're not supposed to be hearing the lyrics. The music is very rough and disjointed with slamming drums and guitars that basically just add occasional bursts of high-pitched noise. When I said melodic death metal, melodic is a bit of a misnomer, basically. But it does get into a bit of a groove, and you can start to like headbang to the underlying beat of it while still listening to the cacophony of sounds. Like, it wasn't bad. I'm just not into this kind of music. If you are, it's probably pretty good, which is kind of the summary of all of these videos, but, you know, don't tell anybody. So yeah, if you like this style of music, enjoy it. And I loved the description of the album's theme, yes, which was given by the lead singer Hirschbach. Lyrically, it's about a meteor that fucks up the planet, but there's still people living, which is pretty fucking metal, basically. Next up is Music Festival Explorer. This is my website where I talk about music festivals, heavy metal, things like that. This month I have written a blog post about music festivals and being eco-friendly. Can music festivals be eco-friendly? What are they doing at the minute? What can they do in the future? And what can you as a festival attendee do to be more green and eco-friendly? I swear I'm not doing a very good job promoting it, but it's an interesting read. I enjoyed writing it. Please read it. Please be more eco-friendly. Link subscription. Thanks. And finally, we have the fun story from last month. And I really struggled to find anything about metal music this month that was interesting. So instead, I've gone back to pop punk because Warped Tour is coming back. Basically, almost definitely confirmed. So Warped Tour was a music festival that was around for about 25 years. It stopped in 2019 because the organizer, Kevin Lyman, basically got burnt out. It was just him doing it. Basically, he was the head guy. He was a bit sick of all the infighting, all the drama it caused. So I think he just stopped. Then COVID happened, couldn't bring it back. But it seems that they do want to bring it back this time. He's basically confirmed it. He told the publication Polestar, "We have something cooking for 2025. Fans will have to wait a few weeks for details though." What if that's not a confirmation? You know? Woohoo! I've never been to Warped Tour because it's always in America. Even if it comes back, I'm probably not going to go because it's in America, but I've always wanted to. The lineup is always every band I've ever loved. Would love to go to it. But let's see what happens when it comes back. So here are some fun facts about the Warped Tour to end this video. Some of them are fun. They start off fun, they get progressively worse. Warped Tour used to offer reverse daycare, where an adult could get a free ticket if their child bought a ticket for the festival, which is such a cool idea. And basically it was their way of saying there's a bunch of kids who would love to go, but their parents won't let them go on their own. So we've said, well, bring a parent with you, they can look after you, they'll get in for free. That's a great way of doing it. I think they stopped that, but it's such a good idea. Now known obviously as the Vans Warped Tour, originally they were going to be majorly sponsored by Calvin Klein, and if that happened, I just don't think it would have been that successful, basically. According to Diffuser, Warped Tour has had a no fireworks policy since Green Day played in 2000 and their security guy blew his fingers off with a firework. And originally the name for the festival was Bomb, but just before they announced it, the Oklahoma City bombing happened and they had to change the name of the festival Sharpish. Yeah, that's literally where I've ended the script, which is a bit of a bummer, but that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed. If you have, please click like and subscribe wherever those buttons are. I don't know. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Rob and I will see you next month.